Richardson?
That's not my real name. Me and
But
my husband.
you are on the lease, correct?
Huh?
This is a non-payment. Let me just look at the answer. Okay. All right, Miss Richardson.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Miss Richardson, I'm looking at your answer. I remember this from last time. So just to put it in the short version is I don't see any legal defenses or counterclaims in your case. Okay, based on what you filed, you're just stating you're trying to get all the stuff out of the building. Didn't have to clean up shop, but there's really nothing that denies or there's nothing relating to how much rent is owed, or there's no legal defenses or counterclaims in your answer. So I'm curious as to what, I don't know what the holdup was, I guess. Because there's really nothing in your answer that's any sort of, like, I keep saying the same thing over and over.
Yeah. So I was kind of blindsided when I got the disciplinary warrant thing because my husband lived in the shop. We have not had any communication or anything like that. So when Miss Lee came to me and said that he was behind since like April or May, I didn't know anything of that. My husband is he's in jail.
Are you Ree Richardson?
That's not my real name. My name is Naquana Richardson. But
You're who is there a lease for this property?
Yes, there was a lease.
Okay, whose
remember-
name was it?
I remember signing the lease when we first went there. This year, I don't remember signing a lease from Harold.
It could have been month to month. If you had a lease and then it went month to month, I mean, what's the who signed the lease? Is it her or her husband?
I don't recall specifically. I don't have that in front of me here.
You don't have the lease tonight for your dispossessory hearing?
And I don't have the lease. We couldn't even get a business license.
Miss Lee, do you have the lease?
On that? Oh, okay. Your Honor, the lease that Mr. Rydell sent to me, that was before I got in the picture. That was years ago when his mom was alive. However, Your Honor, I discussed with Mr. Rydell, if Miss Richardson, she has been signing
Wait,
everything.
hold on one second. Let me put it with you. Again, everybody, please raise your right hands. Do you all swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give or have given is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So this is what I need to know initially. I have to feel certain that Mr. Rydell has standing to file a dispossessory warrant, meaning that he has to be the owner of the property or the agent of the owner of the property and to fill out the paperwork right. Looks like he is the owner and you are his agent, Ms. Lee, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
But then I also have to find out who is the tenant, technically, legally, in terms of this. If nobody has a copy of this lease, then we don't know who the proper defendant is. Like, she's saying she doesn't know if so nobody has a copy of the lease?
I got a lease when we first moved there 5 years ago, when his mom was alive.
Who signed it?
Me and my husband signed it 5 years ago. When his mom was alive, we was able to get our business license. But year after year, we wasn't able to get our business license because Mr. Rydell was in Canada. So, but we were still paying each month when me and my husband was talking. Me and my husband,
you are on the lease, correct?
Huh?
You're on the lease from 5 years ago. You're one of the named. You signed up.
My real name, Naquana, but they have me as Ree. Ree is not my real name.
Okay.
Your Honor, I believe if you take a look at her surrender, she did sign off as Ree Richardson.
You signed the lease as Ree Richardson?
You say what now?
Did you sign the lease as Ree Richardson?
I don't remember signing the lease as Ree Richardson.
Do you sign other legal documents as Ree Richardson?
No, she Miss Devine gave me a piece of paper for me to sign. She was saying that I was going to give up possession of the shop, and I told her, yeah, I was, because my husband is locked up; he can't get out, so I just need to get the stuff out. And I said, well, I signed this, but my name is not Reed. My name is Naquana. She said, well, go ahead and sign this, and then you just get your stuff out. When you get your stuff out, just give me the keys. Because someone had broken into the shop, and in order for them to get out, I had to sign a piece of paper because she was at the shop with me when we called 911 when people were stealing stuff out the shop.
do you still have possession of the property? Do you still have the keys and is your stuff
Yes,
still in?
ma'am.
Okay, you're planning on moving out?
Yes, ma'am.
And when is that gonna take place?
I told her that I was going to move out at the end of the month, but before I told her I was going to move out before then. But like I say, my husband shot at me and the kids, so I've been dealing with defects. I take the kids to defects. I was in defects. I was holding on to my keys at one point in time. I finally got them back, and I've been in and out of court with the domestic violence stuff with my husband, so I haven't been to the shop. And I have 8 kids, and half of them are special needs children. So I told her that I didn't mind moving the stuff out. I just got to get somebody to help me get the stuff out because it's just me and my children.
Okay. All right.
But the way she went into the shop is that was on the first time I went into the shop, and I didn't even know he moved out. I had no idea. That was the first for me hearing, because we don't supposed to have no contact, because I have a temporary protection order against them. So I didn't know anything that was going on.
Bree Richardson and all others. Ms. Lee, do you agree that this is a nickname for Ms. Richardson?
Miss Richardson has been she signed the paperwork and for the surrendering the property, and whenever mail comes there, and if they come into the A unit box, the mail come as Ree Richardson. That is what legal documents and other documents.
I have no mail that comes to the shop as Ree Richardson, and the unit number is F9.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go forward. It doesn't look like there's gonna be a whole lot in terms of documents or pictures or anything. So I'll let you present the case that you can present, Ms. Lee, and then I'll make a decision about it. Ms. Richardson, you can present it in a minute, but if you're getting mail and they put all others, I mean, you might have trouble if you get a judgment in the name of Ree Richardson and that's not her legal name, you might have a lot of trouble actually collecting on that. So,
Can I say something, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay, upon speaking to Mr. Rydell, we agree that if she just leaves,
You don't care about
and everything, nothing, just let her leave and give us the keys.
Okay, so okay, so Ms. Richardson, can you just agree to get out of the property since that's what you were agreeing to do anyway?
Yes, ma'am. That's what I was agreeing to do anyway. To just get the stuff and leave. I was going to give him the keys when he was there and she was there. We all agreed on that. So that's why I'm very confused. But I still want to be present on the disciplinary warrant. That's all. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how soon can you be out of the property, Ms. Richardson?
It's probably the next week or so. I'm gonna try to get someone there to get the stuff out because I got to get someone to move the stuff for me.
So a week or so, meaning
meaning
like, let me find my calendar here.
Okay.
So a week from now is June 19th.
Let me see.
Can you be out in 7 days?
Can we do it on the probably like the 27th?
I'll have that. So here's the thing. If we have to have a trial, and if the plaintiff is successful, okay, if you're just looking for possession, I mean, I can only give 7 days.
Well, that's fine. I'll work it out. That'll be fine.
Well, this is what I'm going to do then. So why don't we put you guys without the mediator, because the mediators, I've only got one left and she's with another case. Why don't we put you guys back in a breakout room, let you guys talk about, see if you can come up with a date you can agree on. And then if there's a date you can agree on, come back, let me know, and then I can do the order and you don't have to wait for the mediator to come back. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why don't we do that? So we're gonna put you guys in a breakout room. You guys can talk about hopefully come to some sort of agreement on a vacate date, and we can do that order and you guys can be done with it. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. So we're gonna put you back. Miss Maddox, can you put them somewhere? I don't want to. Okay, Miss Maddox is sending you guys into breakout room 3.
Yes.
All right, were you guys able to come to some sort of resolution?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Richardson, if you could come into that, I can't see you.
Yeah, they just wanted us to do what you said for 7 days.
Okay, so Ms. Richardson, you can be out by 11:50. Can you come into I can't see you. You're like a black dot. I can't
Oh,
see you.
well, I've got my kids in the other car. So I have
Perfect.
kids.
You could just stay right there. Just stay
Yeah.
right there. So you've agreed to vacate the property by 11:59 p.m. on June 19th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand that if you have possession of the property in any way beyond that date, then the landlord can then apply for something called a writ of possession.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that's the document that eventually would have the marshal come out if they needed to. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and there's no money judgment associated with this agreement. Is that accurate, Ms. Lee? Mr. Rydell?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, looks like everybody's consented. This is no money judgment, possession only, writ of possession at 11:59 p.m. on June 19th. I will make sure that order gets into the file, and unless you guys have any other questions, you're free to go.
Thank you.
I
Have a great
appreciate
night.
your time.
Thank you. You guys have a good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Very often, disputes with another party such as this, and you just can't seem to work it out. Don't resort to taking the law in your own hands.
We'll hear the litigants' reaction.